Asgard here, and it's time to talk about Dandadan and them having to deal with Evil Eye. This is definitely not gonna be easy, having to find a way to exercise him. The barrier's not really holding up. He's gonna grow stronger and stronger, and I'm curious how this is gonna affect Gigi quite a lot. And also recontextualizing a bit Evil Eye, that flashback we got in the past there. I guess everybody's kind of a hero in their own story when you see themselves, they don't see themselves as the villain here. But also this episode setting up some future things, and it reminds me quite a bit of One Punch Man in a way. But anyway, let's get into it and talk about it. Now, everybody doing the ritual there to exercise Evil Eye, Seiko and the group, it doesn't work, and they have to keep him in the poor mannequin Taro. That guy did quite a lot, sealing Evil Eye here, and slowly realizing it's gonna be a much longer job than he planned out to be involved for here. And I liked the group being back together, all of the characters here. The bickering was fine. Ira is back here, the bickering with her and Momo, everybody here. The alien, the cow didn't really work out, so he decided to live on Earth with his family there, and kind of really just next door at a farm. Thanks to Seiko. I really like how he went into the spaceship. I'm like, oh, okay, so he's gonna go, we're gonna see him fly off. But no, they just went next door basically with the spaceship. That would be like taking the most expensive car in the world and going down the street a few meters away. Because why not? But yeah, Seiko and the others making plans how to deal with Evil Eye, trying to get this big ritual exorcism, but nobody really wants to do it, so it's gonna get a lot more complicated until they can set that up. And even if they exercise Evil Eye, Gigi is going to have some after effects. So I have a feeling it's gonna be a similar situation with how Ocaron is with Turbo Granny, while a bit different. I'm really curious how this is gonna end up and how the situation is gonna change for Gigi, but we're gonna get to that because he actually also wakes up, like the real him is able to talk while still having Evil Eye in his body, and his body is being sealed by the mannequin to keep Evil Eye in check. And they try to figure out, is it the real Gigi or not, and they figure it out. I like the face he had there, the funny face, of course. All his mannerisms are still there, and they figure out if cold water touches him, he transforms into Evil Eye, and if hot water touches him, he gets turned into Gigi back. So they're gonna have to play around that and control his water levels, water heat levels here. And what I appreciated, while Seiko definitely does mess around, jokes and so on quite a lot of the times, she actually apologized here, saying she wouldn't have put them in danger this much if she knew Evil Eye was present here. I like more of the serious moments to be present. But yeah, here where you get the context, the full context of Evil Eye, thanks to Turbo Granny saying Evil Eye was a mountain spirit revered as a god and always looking for a vessel, and people without spiritual energy there, like how Gigi has a high one, he's the perfect vessel. But even those kids that we saw playing in the field in the background there, maybe Evil Eye was thinking more just wanting to take their bodies than just playing with them. Makes you think a bit here. So I like that small moment here, but it's not gonna last long. This mannequin barrier that we have, thanks to Taro, he's gonna go stronger and also able to build up an immunity to barriers. So they're gonna have to find a way to deal with him. But meanwhile, they have to go to visit Gigi's parents at the hospital while Gigi was not really in control of his body. Keep in mind, Evil Eye is there, but he's also not able to control his body thanks to being kind of enshrouded by the mannequin Taro, and weird movements done bickering here. But emotional moment with his parents being together there. they're fine. He wasn't really able to hug them, even though he probably wanted. I like how at the start he was playing it tough. Yeah, I'm not getting emotional. It's fine. I don't care. They're gonna be fine. What does it matter? When they come face to face, he turns into a crybaby with his parents. But yeah, and here it was where we see a bit of a build up and aftermath with the volcano. Apparently was dealt with. People didn't die thanks to that. The Kito family was arrested except one, the Kung Fu lady or Naki Kito. She's on the run and she's very angry, crashing out. That poor tree she ripped apart there while she was running from the cops and everything. And it's revealed she's a Subterran. And apparently she's really angry at Momo, saying she made an enemy of all of them. So I have a feeling that she's probably gonna be a future arc here, and this is why it reminded me a bit of One Punch Man. There's also a bunch of reference here, Smash Bros towards the end, here, Gold Experience, JoJo. Maybe I'm reading too much into things, but there's a lot of references in this episode there. And also I like the moment going to Okarun's parents, like the hand moment there while Momo was playing with Okarun's hands. That was a cute moment between them, but they got interrupted thanks to Gigi and his bickering with Taro. But yeah, Momo was going wild with that hand, like playing a lot. So they're growing closer to each other, but still, of course, being shy, not really expressing their feelings here. I do hope. I'm not a romance fan, but I hope they're not gonna string it along until Narnia, until they actually get together. I really don't like when there's 5,000 misunderstandings, 10,000 episodes, and they're barely getting to hand-holding. Or at least we got the hand-holding part a bit, so I hope they're gonna end up together or actually be open about each other and not just, hey, wait until season 10 when something is going to happen here. Hey, maybe that's probably just me, but let me know how you guys are with romance and them actually getting somewhere here. But we'll see, because they're great together. The chemistry here, the dynamic between them is awesome, but at some point I need you guys to be together or just stop it at some point. Just will they, won't they annoys me so much. So I hope this is not gonna be one of those series where it drives me crazy. Don't go into spoilers and so on. That's not what I'm asking here. I'm still gonna stick anime only, but we're gonna have to wait and see. And after that, the next day, going to school together, Momo and Okarun, she kept wanting to ask him something, but they get interrupted by Momo's friends. The one girl sperma hugging him. He couldn't get away. And Ira, while in school, has to deal with the aftermath of what she did with spreading that rumor about Momo, her classmates looking at her differently, her friends, quotation marks, friends. But I like she actually takes full responsibility for that. She wants to deal with it, even though Momo kind of covers for her a bit, takes her away, her and Okarun. And she asks a question, like, directly, hey, do you guys want to sleep at my place? And puts them in shock, but she was just basically being practical. Wanted to have them both there in case Evil Eye does something, so more people around there, and the others also get some rest. Taros, Seiko, and everybody else, and the Unibrow Manjiro guy also. So she just wants to have people around in case Evil Eye does something. And I like, oh yeah, if we have to do it, we're gonna do it. But yeah, Okarun, poor guy there, and Ira, it's so bad, this had to happen. But instantly they both accept here. But I'm curious how Ira is also going to deal with what happens with her friends and classmates and so on. But then having to deal with Evil Eye and Gigi is probably gonna take a lot of their time, everybody being together. And now that the barrier is not really that potent anymore, they take it off, so Taro is free technically. In a way, I like how Turbo Granny kept asking, where is my fluffy pillow, where's my fluffy pillow? Mom, I don't know. So what happened with that pillow there? So Gigi is gonna have to be really careful around water. Just don't touch cold water. Don't touch cold water. Like, when it's gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? All of them there having dinner and stuff. Like, just pass the soy sauce. Not that one. He probably takes the hot one or takes something hot. probably drops a bit on Gigi, nothing happens. But the second one, the actual soy sauce, the second one passes it on, and a drops on Gigi's hand, and of course he transforms, and Evil Eye instant table flip, explodes the house, and the episode ends. I'm like, I knew it was gonna happen, but fuck you, where is the next episode? So yeah, I'm curious how they're gonna deal with him. Are we gonna have another fight? Exorcise him? What are gonna be the aftermaths for Gigi? But he's free basically right now. So are they all just gonna throw? They have thermoses. They're gonna throw water at him, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But Evil Eye really doesn't want to be contained. He just wants his freedom. And I like how Turbo Granister is kind of like a newborn now, having this vessel. So imagine kids finally escaping and having that freedom. They're gonna be like Energizer Bunny, going around and not listening to anything and nobody at that point, especially somebody like Evil Eye. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Dandadan. I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye bye.